Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Thank you.
Can you hear me? If you could confirm, it will be great.
Clear, sir. Loud and great. Loud and clear, sir.
Thank you very much for confirming. I assume you are able to hear me. I am not able to hear you. If anybody could speak up, it will be great. Unmute and speak.
Uh, Hello. Yeah, am I audible, sir? Hello.
Sir, we can hear you loud and clear.
Let me check.
I think there is some a mic issue from his end.
Uh, if somebody can unmute and speak, it will be great because I am not able to hear anything.
You are audible, sir.
I can't hear people here. You are right. So let me see where it is going wrong.
Hello? Sir, are you able to hear me now?
Hello. Sir, are you able to hear me now?
I think some you're audible to me, but I think he's not able to hear you. Maybe some technical issue.
Technical issue, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Sudhir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Clearly. Hello.
Hello.
So, yeah, I can hear you clearly, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now I am able to hear you as well. So seems fine. So we will wait for others to join for a couple of minutes more. We will not wait for too long. So meanwhile, you are free to unmute or use the chat box and share about yourself. And if you have any expectation with the course, you can share that as well.
I just wanted to check the duration of the session today. Until what time
90
usually?
minutes.
Okay, thank you.
So it may get extended by 10-15 minutes also. So I cannot exactly
Yeah,
say that
that's
it will.
that's understandable. Thank you.
And do we also will get a certificate for this program?
No certificate for this program.
Okay. Okay.
So we don't give certificates for the programs with the shorter duration. If you want to really get certified, then you will have to learn the NLP techniques and the life coach model. So we have a program tomorrow. You can do that.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Thank you. Yeah, so I can see that presently my focus is on weight loss, but not able to do so as I've not been able to do the diet. So with the help of NLP, I can help you. Uh, you can join either our group sessions or you can take one-to-one sessions with me where we will understand what is the positive intention of having the weight, and we will fill that positive intention with some other behaviors so that you are able to uh, lose weight easily. So that can be done. So thanks for sharing. You can introduce yourself. You are free to do so, or you can share your expectation also. I will just wait for a couple of more minutes, maybe 3 more minutes for rest of the participants to join. So we are live on YouTube as well. So whenever you want to, you can go back and you can watch the entire recording on uh, YouTube. Now, when we will be doing this program, it can be divided into two parts where in the first half I am going to explain what is unconscious mind, how it works. In the second part, I am going to we will do a technique which will help us kind of reduce negativity using power of subconscious mind and NLP, and we will also try to create a future for ourselves in this technique. So to make this technique really effective, you will have to keep your videos on. So my request is you can adjust your cameras in such a way that you are able that I am able to see you at least from your shoulder. If I am able to see you from shoulders, I will be able to give right kind of suggestions which will create an impact on you. So if you really want to experience the power of this NLP technique, then be prepared to keep your videos on, especially when we are doing this technique.
ആരുടെ വൈറ്റിംഗ് പോയില്ലേ ഏത് മരുന്ന് ട്രിഫലയോ
Kavita, can you keep yourself on mute, please? Kavita, can you hear me? Thank you. So, any other expectations you have? You're free. Is any NLP beneficial for people with psychological disorders? Now, psychological disorders is a very vague term. Okay, yeah, but any kind of mental issues related to mind, you can definitely uh, feel the difference after using NLP.
Actually, I registered just a while back. I saw it in the WhatsApp, and I had a class 7 to 9. But then the class got cancelled, and I registered. So could you throw some light on the name Apollo Leadership Team
I'm
as
going
to
to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to tell you what is Apollo leadership all about. I'm going to take not more than 3 4 minutes. Okay. I good evening and warm welcome to each and every one of you to this session on power of subconscious mind using NLP. Now, uh, I need to thank each and every one of you, especially because this is a Saturday evening, 8:30, 8:40 p.m. now, and you could have been doing anything. You could have been watching movies or web series on Netflix or TV or spending time on mobile, but you chose to this attend this program. Tells us that somewhere you see the area of improvement in your life, and you are eager to kind of work and improve, bring about positive changes in your life. That is why you are here. And in next 90 minutes, I will try my best. I assure you that I will give you enough of ideas to think about it, so that when you go back, you start practicing these small things that can bring about the larger change in your lives. So what we are going to do is understand the power of subconscious mind using NLP. We are going to do a small meditation technique in the end, which will help us remove negative emotions from our mind, and also increase positive emotions and create a future for ourselves. It depends on how much time we have. Based on that, we can decide. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Apollo leadership in 3 4 minutes. So, Apollo leadership training and consulting. We deliver customized training interventions. Our flagship program is Levered Leadership Development Program, where we cover 16 skills. These 16 skills have been identified by Harvard Business School in one of their research, mandatory for all leaders and managers across industries, across level. So we have designed and delivered these programs in classroom 6 days, 1 day every month, along with one-to-one coaching. So we deliver customized learning interventions. Some of the topics on which we have delivered the programs in front of your screen. We do one-to-one coaching and counseling. NLP certification programs is one of our flagship programs as well, and we also do train the trainer program. During this COVID times, we have delivered more than 100 sessions now, almost 200 sessions on different topics. Under NLP, we have done topics like subconscious mind, which you are attending right now, success through positive mental attitude, practicing mindfulness, and so on. Under self-development, we have delivered programs like self-confidence, superpower to success, managing emotions using NLP, power of habits, mindset of successful people, how to turn our dreams into reality. Then under leadership, we have done programs like personality type, communication and leadership, leadership maps, conflict management and leadership, and some unique sessions like love languages, law of karma, and emotional wellness. So we provide entire learning consultancy. When we help the organization start the process right from identifying training needs and analysis to designing training calendar, delivering the training programs, measuring the effectiveness of the training programs using pre-assessments and post-assessments, and also identifying internal leaders and developing them by teaching them how to design the courses and deliver the courses. My name is Sanjay Goyal. This is about me. I was associated with Franklin Covey, well known for Dr. Stephen Covey. This was founded by Dr. Stephen Covey, famous for his book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. So I was with them for more than 10 years. Also worked with Situational Center of Leadership Studies by Dr. Paul Hersey, famous for the Situational Leadership program. Some of the companies whom I have worked for: Flipkart, SBI, Reliance, JSW, and also I have done programs for US Consulate. You can join our Facebook group, WhatsApp group, Telegram group, or LinkedIn group, so that you get regular updates from us. We also have a separate meditation group where we only do meditation for 45 to 60 minutes, once in 10 days or once in 15 days. So you can join that group as well, which helps you kind of build positivity and remove negativity on regular basis. I have done more than 500 one-to-one counseling sessions as well. And what I have done in these counseling sessions and coaching sessions, I will share at the end of the program. Right. To start the session, Before I start the session, one small request. We all are connected with Zoom through internet. So if there is any problem with the internet and you are not able to hear me clearly, you can tell me then and there, and I will repeat it for you. If I get logged out because of the internet issue, please wait for me. I will log in again immediately. I have standby internet support as well. It happened only once in more than 200 online sessions which I have done so far. Okay, so to understand how our mind works, very simple. If we could represent our mind with a circle, this is how our mind would look. It can be divided into two parts, conscious mind and unconscious mind. So this is not a mistake uh, because one part is looking small, the other one looks big. So this is how our mind is actually. Only 10% of our mind is conscious mind and 90% of our mind is unconscious mind. Now our unconscious mind does the storage part. That is why it is so large. Like we all use smartphones, so we know that operating system we have small memory, but for storage we have comparatively very large memory. Nowadays we have phones with 256 GB of storage space. I think even 512 GB of storage space as well. So large space so that you can store videos, pictures, messages, so that whenever you need to watch them, see them, you can retrieve them. Similarly, this is how our mind works. Unconscious mind stores all the information which we have received so far. It all gets stored in our unconscious mind. Now, what are the other differences between conscious mind and unconscious mind? Yeah. So, our unconscious mind and conscious mind, what are the differences? So, our conscious mind is the thinking part, logical part. It takes decisions. So, right now, you are listening to me, and whatever you are listening, you are analyzing it, you are thinking about it. So, this is all done by our conscious mind. Now, what does our unconscious mind do? Our unconscious mind is creative, imaginative, and emotional. Intuitions come from our unconscious mind. Now, how do we know that our unconscious mind is emotional? It stores emotions. So, very simple example, we watch movies. So, when we watch movies, what happens? Some movies are so emotional that they trigger our emotions. We become sad. So I allow everyone to unmute themselves whenever they want, so that it becomes a two-way communication. Interesting. It becomes interesting. You can ask questions. You can share your thoughts, share your experiences. However, I request yourself to remain on mute once you have shared your point, so that it doesn't disturb everyone. My humble request. I know we all are responsible and we can do that. So we watch movies, we become sad. Some of us are almost at the verge of tears. Many of us actually start crying. Now, this is because our unconscious mind stores emotions. Those emotions get triggered. Unconscious mind is very large compared to conscious mind, so all our logic goes for a toss, and our unconscious mind takes over our logic, and we feel emotions. However, when emotions subside, our conscious takes the control back, our logic comes back. So this shows that our unconscious mind is emotional. How do we know that our unconscious mind is creative and imaginative? So you can close your eyes for a couple of seconds. So close your eyes for a couple of seconds and think about a sweet you like most. So think about the sweet, think about the taste. See yourself picking up that sweet and eating. See how it feels in your taste buds. Now you can open your eyes and tell me what did you see. You can use the chat box as well, or you can unmute and tell me.
I was not so clear, but then I saw gulab jamun, and then my mouth started watering,
Yeah,
and so I could feel the sensation.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you very much for sharing. So you saw gulab jamun, and immediately your mouth started watering natural in anticipation. Right. Milk peda was nice. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, when you do this NLP practitioner course, you learn how you can use this communication to influence others. Like when I give you a suggestion, think about a sweet. So everyone started thinking about the sweet they like the most. So milk peda for Sudeep and ice cream for Sanju Bala. So we all have started imagining the sweet which we like most. So this is a part of communication skills which we learn in NLP practitioners course. Okay. So thank you very much. Now we are not having this sweet right now. We are not eating it right now. However, our unconscious mind is so creative and imaginative that we are able to uh, think about the sweet which we like most right now, and we can even feel the taste. We can experience the taste. We can feel it in our mouth. So this shows that our unconscious mind is creative and imaginative. Now, apart from being imaginative, creative, emotional, and intuition, what does our unconscious and conscious mind do? How they are different? Now, when we talk about conscious mind and unconscious mind, one big difference is that when we talk about conscious mind, we talk about skills. We talk about learning the skills consciously. And when we talk about unconscious mind, first thing is that, thank you. So, first thing is that it talks about automatic uh, automatic exhibition of those skills. So we are uh, doing these skills automatically, whereas at the conscious level we are doing it by thinking. So we are thinking and doing it. And the second thing is, when we talk about unconscious mind, we are talking about state of mind, right? So how is skill and state of mind different? So Oppo SG, thank you for sharing. If you can also share your name, it will be great. Thinking about C, it's really pleasant. Thank you. Yeah. So how is skills and state of mind different? So when we talk about, say, example, public speaking, people uh, know they have skills and they have knowledge to go and speak in front of public, but still they are not able to do so. Why? So you can use the chat box, or you can unmute and tell me. Give you an example that
So,
people have skills and knowledge. Thank you very much. So one is fear, right?
so the emotional part, that is the part of the unconscious mind. You have the biggest fear in the world is public speaking. It is much more
Right,
than the fear of death.
right,
So that takes over, and the state of mind turns fearful, and you
right,
can't speak in front of
right.
people.
Thank you very much. So even though you have skills, if you don't have right state of mind, you cannot execute. You cannot exhibit those skills also. So thank you very much. Uh, so state of mind, we are not able to speak because of the fear, which creates lack of confidence or no confidence. So this is how skills and state of mind are different. Conscious mind controls our skill part, we can actually learn. However, unconscious mind is more about the state of mind. Now, what are the other things our unconscious mind is able to do? Our unconscious mind works 24 by 7. Give me a minute. Just
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So my question is that subconscious mind and unconscious mind is the same or the
Yeah,
different one?
yeah. Thank you very much. So thank you very much. Wonderful question. Unconscious mind and subconscious mind both are same. So same name for different names for same thing.
Okay.
Whether you call it as unconscious or subconscious, it means the same thing. Okay. So
Okay, got it.
now,
Thanks for the
yeah,
clarity.
thank you,
I
thank
have
you.
a question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so you say that skill is a conscious mind, but sometimes when we are driving a vehicle or a car or something,
Right,
we don't pay much attention. We are not,
right,
we sometimes, we are thinking of something else and
right,
it is automatic. So
right.
how can you say that it's a conscious mind?
Yeah, so that's what I said. If you have heard me clearly, properly, I said two things. When you are doing it consciously, skills doing consciously, and skills which you exhibit automatically. You're doing automatically. So when you are actually when you start learning to drive, that is the time you are learning it consciously. However, once you have learned the skills, they become automatic and they get stored in our unconscious mind. So automatic movements, automatic responses are stored in our unconscious mind. That's where I was going to come to. Automatic responses, automatic movements, habits are also stored in our unconscious mind. We can do multitasking at the unconscious level. Now our unconscious mind works 24 by 7. Our conscious mind goes to sleep when we go to sleep. So our unconscious mind works 25 by 7. It does all multitasking, automatic responses, automatic movements that we just clarified. So when we are learning to drive, initial stages it is all done consciously. However, once you get enough of practice, all these movements become automatic and they get stored in our unconscious mind. So you don't have to think while driving. Right. So thank you very much for bringing that out. I did mention that, but yeah, here was the slide when I was going to clarify it deeper. Okay. Yeah. So habits are stored in our unconscious mind. All our thinking patterns. So even we all have a peculiar thinking pattern. Like we have unique thumb impression. Our tongue impressions are also unique. Right. So our thinking patterns are also unique, and these thinking patterns are also stored in our unconscious mind. Right. In fact, 96% of whatever we do every day is controlled by our unconscious mind. Isn't it huge? 96% of whatever we do every day is controlled by our unconscious mind. Yeah. So one clarification to above is that uh, you have freedom to unmute. So if you think that these questions are really important, because then only you can then only I request you to please unmute and ask. Otherwise, you can park your questions if you consider they are not they can be answered in the end. So we can answer it in the end as well. So I leave it to your discretion. You're free to unmute and ask or share, because I don't want it to be a one-way communication, because I know if it is a one-way communication, we will kind of lose our interest in a matter of couple of minutes. Okay, so this is how our mind works. We receive information from our senses. Our conscious mind will process this information. So it will either filter, analyze, and filter the information based on logic, take decisions, and then store it in our unconscious mind for future reference. When we come across same thing, same person, same place, our conscious mind will automatically go in our unconscious mind and retrieve that information for further reference. This is automatic process on which we have no control. Okay, I will give you one example. Okay, So what do you see in this slide? You can unmute or you can use the chat box as well. So slices of tomatoes we can see. How do we know that these are the slices of tomato? So
Because
thank
we
you
can,
very much.
because we can see in the image, and apart from that, I can see the triangle as well.
Yeah, so you can see slices of tomato on the screen. But how do you know that these are the slices of tomato? Because you have seen it in the past and you know that this is called tomato. That is why you know these are tomato slices, right? So
Yes.
what our conscious mind has done is, as soon as you have seen the tomato, it has gone inside our unconscious mind, search for the information, it got the images of tomato, so that's what you are seeing, and you realize these are tomato, right? This process is entirely automatic. You cannot see the slices of tomato and imagine slices of something else. Very difficult. This process is automatic, on which we have no control. The second thing is we also see a triangle. Now, the question is, have I actually drawn a triangle there? Have I have I drawn a triangle? You can answer yes or no on the chat box.
Yes.
Have I really drawn a triangle there? Sudhir says no. Kavita says no. Dinesh says no. Jitendra says yes. Okay. Placed above the slides. Yeah. Okay. So I have not actually drawn a triangle there. There is a huge gap between both the slices, but still we are able to see a triangle there, right? Now, why are we able to see a triangle when I have not drawn a triangle? So, when our conscious mind goes in search uh, goes in search for these images which we are seeing, it is able to pick up the slices of tomato and it is also able to pick up the triangle, right? Now, why it is able to pick up a triangle? Because we have seen the triangle in the past. If a person who has not seen the triangle in the past will not be able to recognize, will not be able to see the image it is there in between. So this process happens automatically. So there is this. Now you can watch this interesting image which I came across. Uh, can you tell me what do you see in this image? So take a couple of seconds and see the image. Yeah. So we can see a dog sniffing. Thank you very much. Yeah, Dalmatian. Yeah, cow grazing. Okay. So we can all see dogs sniffing, right? Also, actually, dog is not drawn, but when we see this image, we immediately go back and look for something similar. Now, interesting part is that this is used while explaining Gestalt theory as well. That we see the dog in full together. It is not that we first see the face, then the legs, then the rest of the body, and so on. We see the entire image in the whole. So what happens is we see this image, uh, conscious mind goes in the unconscious mind to check for the relevant information, and this is what our conscious mind finds. And this process is totally automatic, on which we have no control. Right? You can see a tiger here as well. It's so obvious, right? Right. So we understood one thing, that our conscious mind and unconscious mind, how they work. Information is received by conscious mind. It processes the information, stores it in our unconscious mind for future reference. For example, we saw tomatoes, we saw triangle in the past. Information is stored. Similar image comes up. we immediately identify it because the information is stored in our unconscious mind. This entire process is automatic. Now, remember the word automatic, very important. Now, when we talk about positive emotions and negative emotions, can you give me some examples of negative emotions?
Fear, guilt,
So, fear, guilt. Thank you very much.
Anger,
Anger. Thank you very much. So, fear, guilt, anger. What else?
Doubt, fear, guilt, shame, anger,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and irritation, and yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. So, thank you very much. So, that you named quite a lot. I have some on the screen. So, it doesn't mean that these are the only negative emotions. There are many. So, I have listed a couple of them here. Now, if you look at these emotions, look at these emotions carefully. Hatred, yeah, pessimism. Okay, so all these are negative emotions. If you look at these emotions, can you tell me, are they really negative? Or in other words, are they really unnecessary? So my question
Negative and
is,
unnecessary can be two different terms. Unnecessary, it could be dependent, as in like stress could be used stress and de-stress
right,
till so similar thing would apply in here too.
right. So thank you very much. Yeah. So you're right there. At times it is necessary. Okay. So if you look at these emotions carefully, you will realize they are not at all unnecessary. In fact, they are necessary for our survival. For example, let's take fear. So how does fear help us?
It helps us in getting motivated at times. We can use the carrot and stick approach. So the
Yeah,
stick is the fear
right,
run.
right. So that's a beautiful corporate story. Where else the fear is useful?
because of fear, we are more in a conscious state. We are
Because
more
of fear, we are
focused.
in a conscious state. While we are crossing the road, we are very careful.
Yeah.
While we are driving a bike, we are careful because we know that we can meet an accident, we can damage our body, we can even die. Right. How does guilt help us?
We think
So,
and then we say or we take actions.
right. So guilt will prevent us from doing same mistake again. Right. So I do something and I realize that this is not good. This is not right thing to do. I feel guilty about doing it. So I will not repeat it again. Right. Shame. Why is shame important? How does shame help us? What do you think? How does shame help us? Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to live in within our boundaries
Right.
and our personal space. And if we do something beyond that, it is the
Shameful.
shame.
Right.
Yeah, it's very shameful.
So shame. We will live in our boundaries. Right. We will not do something which will make us ashamed of. How does frustration help us?
I'm
Yeah.
really
Thank
willing
you.
to speak a lot, but then I am very fearful that you would end up saying that you are the only one
No. No.
speaking.
No. It is
I'm
not that.
already very notorious for being really too active.
No.
But then could have a lot of examples for all these situations. But then I would
Yeah.
want others to speak as well. I
Right.
don't want to be the only one speaking out here.
Right. No problem. So frustration. What it indicates is probably it indicates that uh, uh, when I feel frustrated with I am doing something which is not giving me results. So it's an indication that I need to change the way I am working on something. right? So in short, we can always discuss this in detail some other time. So in short, what I want to convey is that negative emotions, the way we
I
perceive it,
think
are not exactly negative. They are necessary and they are useful for our survival,
yeah.
like our
I
positive emotions. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
please go.
one more thing would like to put up for the frustration. You know, a few times I have experienced that, you know, in frustration I have taken certain bold steps and
Yeah,
actions, and it worked out in a very
okay.
positive way.
Yeah. So
So
frustration tells you that you are doing something. You need to change the way you are doing something because you're not getting the desired result. That is why you're feeling frustrated, right? So you need to change the way you're doing things. Okay. So why then we say that negative thinking is so bad for us? So it is because once we start getting thinking negative, it prevents us from taking actions, right? So if I get frustrated, if I start getting frustrated on things where I should not be frustrated, I feel ashamed about things which I should not feel ashamed about. I regret things which I should not be regretting so much about. So when there is too much of negative emotion, then it attracts more negative. It prevents me from taking an action. I get lot of calls from people who say that I am suffering from anxiety, I am suffering from depression, I got so problem, I got so and so problem. I say fine, you can come to my free session. It will help you. You will understand. You can take one-to-one sessions with me. I only charge 900 rupees per session. People don't have to come after one session. They feel better after one session, maximum two, maximum three. They don't have to come for the fourth session. Nobody has come so far after three sessions for me, right? But what happens is they have an intention. They will book their seat, they may even call me. They will also mail me, show a lot of eagerness, but they will not do it. So I was having an interesting conversation with the person, and she said, "If my only I can help my depression, nobody else." Right. So it's I told her it's like saying, see. So I told her if you believe that, then probably it can become true. So it's like saying that if I have some problem in my heart, so I can fix the problem in my heart. Nobody else can do. So it sounds so stupid, right? So that is how this spiral builds. So when you start thinking negative, it's like you are creating more and more negativity around you. The more negative you start thinking, the more it will prevent you to take action, uh, so that you can come out of that negativity. That is why negativity becomes so dangerous. So even with all the intention, when you actually go to take an action, there will be a lot of negativity which will prevent you from taking an action. So more negativity attracts more negativity. More negativity will attract more negativity, and this will continue. So you have to take action somewhere to break that spiral of negativity. And I can tell you by experience, we all have great intention, right? My programs, I have more than 100 registrations, 150, 200. But out of 200 only 20, 30, 40 will turn up, right? Now you cannot tell me that out of 200, 160 had emergency, right? So because of that they could not come. So negative thinking will attract more negativity. It will stop you from taking actions, right? How about one another example for you to understand why these negative emotions are important? And uh, however, when these negative emotions become too much, we have to take action. So I was giving another example. I will tell you that. Before that, we will talk about this example. Suppose you eat an apple, right? There is some toxic chemical inside inside this apple. While eating, you didn't taste it. So by taste, you couldn't identify that okay, there was something toxic. You ate the whole apple. Now this toxic chemical goes in your body. What will happen? So if I eat, I will eat. If I eat an apple, which has some toxic chemical inside, and you couldn't identify it by the taste, you ate the entire apple, what will happen? And this toxic chemical I'm talking about is really, really toxic. It can damage your health, damage your body, damage your organ. What will happen? How will your body react? So you can use the chat box, you can unmute and tell me. You get food poisoning, okay? Thank you very much. So you get food poisoning. What else can happen?
It can damage our health. We never know, in what way.
Right. So it can damage our health. We will have immediate reaction, liver issues. So we will feel like nauseating. We will feel like vomiting. We may get fever also. We will feel giddy also, and we will immediately go to doctor. Now these symptoms will tell the doctor that there is something wrong, because of which you are feeling nauseating, vomiting, fever, and giddiness and all. So this will tell the doctor, okay, this is telling you that something is wrong. That is why you went to a doctor. If you had no such symptoms, what would have happened? अगर जो ये symptoms नहीं होते तो क्या होता था? This chemical would have gone in your whole body. It would have damaged your organs. It would have continued to stay in your body, continue to damage your body as long as it stays in your body, and you would have felt the consequences of this at a later stage. Right. So this is what happens. So negative emotions tell us that there is something wrong in our, there is something wrong in the way we are living our life, or there is something wrong in the way we are seeing things. Right. So I will not say that there is something wrong with our mind. I would say that there is something wrong in the way we are perceiving things, seeing things. So what we need to do is we need to fix them up. We have to make some correction in our life. We need to change the way we are living our life. We need to change the way we are seeing our lives. Like when we eat something toxic. The example I wanted to give was when, say, God forbid, somebody has stones in his kidney. Uh, the first impact of these stones is that it will immediately block your flow of urine, right? So this urine will start getting accumulated in your bladder, urinary bladder, right? So you will try to relieve yourself, but because of the stones, you will not be able to relieve yourself, and this will keep on building. As it keeps on building, the pain increases, and you reach a stage where it becomes really, really unbearable, and you have to go to doctor, right? Because if you don't go to doctor, sooner or later your bladder is going to burst, and it can and you will die, right? So this pain in the bladder is an indication that you need to take some action immediately. Now when we talk about negative emotions, they don't create that kind of urgency. So people continue to live in self-doubt, with low self-confidence, with fear, uh, with overthinking, with anxiety, with depression. Now what is the most valuable thing we all have? What is the most valuable thing we all have, we humans have?
Our breath.
Intelligence.
Sorry?
Breath.
Intelligence, I said.
I'm sorry, your voice is cracking.
Then I
Yeah,
said
so
intelligence.
intelligence, okay. What else? What is the most important thing we all have? Breath, mind. So the most important thing we have is our life, right? The time which we are living, right? Whether you have high intellect or low intellect doesn't matter. What is important is you are living, you have a life, you are breathing, right? So life is very important. The time which we are living is important, right? So whatever time we are going to live on this earth, this we would want to live it as beautifully as possible, right? So, but unfortunately, this negative emotions doesn't create that kind of urgency like a physical uh, problem creates. That is why people continue to live with this negativity, all these negative issues, which can be taken care of very easily, right? Very easily with hardly any kind of expenditure. Everybody can make their lives really, really beautiful by spending very little time and very little money. Okay. So now when we talk about, so one part we spoke about how our mind works. Now we understood positive and negative emotions and the importance of negative emotions in our lives and how they affect our lives. Now when we talk about success, right? When we talk about extraordinary success, now what? How do I define extraordinary success? How do I define, right? So I defined extraordinary success as a success which you can't even dream of, or you can just dream of. You can say it is far fetched, too good to be true. So, if you want to achieve extraordinary success, what is more important? Is it imagination or is it logical thinking? So, you can use a chat box or you can unmute and tell me, or you can write imagination or logic. What do you think? To achieve extraordinary success, what is important? Okay, so there are a lot of imaginations I can see on the chat box. Why imagination is so important?
Because we visualize things.
Yeah. So, what happens when we visualize things? Okay, so we have time, right? Okay, so I will give you another example, right? Uh, you go to a, you have your own vehicle, you go to office every day, right? So you go to a specific petrol pump and you fill your car with petrol, diesel, uh, and there is a attendant, right? You kind of see this person every alternate day, a young boy, right? Very enthusiastic, very eager, friendly, uh, helps you very quickly with the payment, with everything. He tells you, okay, see the indicator zero. So very systematic, methodical, friendly, everything, and you happen to like this person. Now you, uh, as a courtesy, to establish a conversation, you ask him his name, what does he do, right? Of course, if you have time, and then you ask him, what do you want to do in your life? So he tells you his name, he tells you that I'm studying right now, probably I'm in college doing science and so on. So you ask him casually, what do you want to be in your life? And he says, I someday I want to kind of own a petroleum refinery where I will manufacture petrol and supply it to the petrol pumps. Now, what does your mind say? What do you start thinking about this man, this boy? So you can use your chat box and unmute and tell me. Okay, so
Mad.
this is neutral. Okay, what else? So this is neutral. Okay, what will be your
We'll think he's mad. He's not realistic. He's not being realistic.
yeah,
As you are generally trained to have smart goals, and your goals should be realistic and achievable. So we'll think he's probably out of his mind.
right. So thank you very much. You are absolutely right there. But everyone, I think every one of us will believe that something is gone wrong. He is mad. The guy who is filling petrol in the petrol pump is dreaming about having his own refinery one day. So this is something. This is something. Uh, this is something too far fetched, right? So same thing will happen, right? When you start, so we all say, probably most of us know, we also say that imagination is what is important, right? Some said both. So yeah, so both are important, right? But what happens is our life, whatever we want to achieve in our life, it should start with imagination. So we will first kind of imagine the kind of life I want to live, and then start working towards creating that kind of life. But what happens? It is not so easy. What normally happens is the exactly what happened with the petrol attendant. As soon as you start thinking, you start dreaming big. What will happen? Your logical mind will start telling you all those things what you just told to that petrol attendant in your mind, right? So it's all good to say that okay, imagination, and then because we will visualize. But as soon as you start visualizing, what will happen is your logical mind will start telling you that what you're thinking is preposterous. It is impossible. It cannot happen. Like you just thought about petrol attendant. Mungeri Lal ke Haseen Sapne was some participant told you during the session. So now what do you do? Which is the biggest battleground in the world? Which
Mind.
is the so the biggest battleground is the human mind. Constantly there is a chatter, self-confidence, self-doubt, logical thinking, emotional thinking, negative thinking, positive thinking. So this is a constant battle which is happening in our mind. Most of the time, the negative thinking will win because our mind is trained to think four times more negatively than positive. Now it's like our life is like Google, right? If you search for 10 benefits of having egg every day, what are you going to get? You are going to get 10 benefits of having egg every day. If you search 10 harmful effects of having egg every day, what will you get? You will get 10 harmful effects of having egg every day. So our life is like that. What we search for is what we are going to get. If I tell myself that my depression can be taken care of only by me and nobody can help me. So this is what is exactly going to happen to you. If you are thinking that whatever you are thinking is too far fetched, this is what is going to happen. Whatever you are thinking, whatever you are dreaming is going to be too far fetched. If you tell yourself that whatever I want to do or achieve is impossible, it is going to be impossible. So how our mind works, we receive information. Our mind stores four times more negative information, so we tend to think four times more negative. We try to visualize, but as soon as we start visualizing, our conscious mind will start giving us the logic why it can't be done. So what is the solution? What can we do? What do you think? So we understood, we know that power of imagination, but as soon as you start using the power of imagination, your logical mind will pop up and say, yeah, this is mad, this is stupid, this is impossible. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and you are thinking about 2 plus 2 is 2 lakh 22,222. Maybe 22 crore, 22 lakhs, 22,222. So what do you do? So how do you replace them with the positive thoughts? See, you don't have any control over it. So when you get negative thoughts, try replacing positive thoughts all the time. How will you do that? Sounds good, but how do you do that?
Positive imagination.
Believe. I'm sorry. So how will you believe when your conscious mind is telling you that this is impossible? How will you believe? See, remember, the difference between a mobile phone and our mind is uh, we have access to storage, so we can clear our storage. So the videos we don't like, the pictures we don't like, the messages we don't like, we can delete. But here, what happens in our mind? Once the information goes in our unconscious mind, it stays there forever. Bypass the conscious mind. Thank you very much. So this was by Vishal. Okay. So yeah, so you're right there. So we have the privilege to delete it, but we can't delete anything from our unconscious mind at the conscious level. It is really, really very difficult to delete an information stored in our unconscious mind at the conscious level. So what do? We bypass the conscious mind, connect with the unconscious, remove negativity, and also suggest the kind of future you always wanted at the unconscious level so that it goes in our unconscious mind. Now, why it is so important? See, 96% of whatever we do is controlled by our unconscious mind. Automatic movements, automatic responses, all our habits, thinking pattern, everything is controlled by our unconscious mind. If our unconscious mind doesn't support what I want to achieve in our lives, just by logical thinking, it is literally impossible to achieve that. So it is like saying that I am driving a car, right? I am driving a car, and without any navigation, without brake, without clutch, without gear, I am going to reach my destination because all the resources are with our unconscious mind. So what do? We bypass the conscious mind, connect with the unconscious, turn the impossible into I am possible. By giving the suggestions at unconscious level, our unconscious will accept the suggestions. When our unconscious accepts the suggestions, it will start working on it. And when the unconscious starts working on it, all all the energies which we have will be directed towards what we want to achieve in our lives. So when we talk about NLP and NLP life coach model, which I am going to cover tomorrow, so this is a unique model which talks about how to remove negativity from our mind, how to increase positivity, because absence of negativity doesn't automatically means uh, presence of positivity, and then achieve what we want to achieve in our lives. It can be anything. It can be anything that can be suggested to our unconscious mind. Right? So you act like a counselor or a healer where we remove negativity, you increase positivity and motivate the person and help him achieve whatever he wanted to achieve in his life. In today's complex world, this becomes really important because our mind is capable of thinking 4 times negative, and this is no secret. Probably you may be listening to this for the first time. I'm sure most of you already knew that. But advertisers, news channels, they all know that human mind is designed to think 4 times negative. So, in the modern world where there is a fight, right? Every human being has only 224 hours. Out of that, some hours he is going to sleep, some hours he is going to spend commuting, he is going to eat, he is going to freshen up, and then he will have he will have some fixed amount of time he can dedicate. And there is a fight. Everybody wants to steal that time from you. So TV would fight to have your attention so that you watch television. Movies will fight for their own attention. Web series will fight for their own attention. Mobile games will fight for their own attention. So everybody is fighting there for that valuable time which you have. Right. The demand today on you is the highest. So the stress is highest today. The more you do, the less you feel you're done. COVID has further increased that negativity in us. The amount of uncertainty is now uh, become a reality. Right before COVID, we only said that uncertainty or change is constant, but we actually now know what is change and how the world is dynamic. Somebody eats something in China and it can affect the whole world, right? Theoretically, negativity is bombarded on us every second because they all are fighting for their attention. Advertisements. So advertisements, they are fighting for your attention. They are fighting for the money which you have in your pocket. Negativity sells more, right? Easily. So when you see a Mercedes Benz and when you see an ordinary car, right? So you immediately feel that if you have Mercedes Benz, means you have a higher status. If you don't have Mercedes Benz, means you have a lower status. So if you go to a car with a lower status somewhere where everybody has parked all expensive cars, you will feel a little low. So these advertisements are designed to make you feel low, because when you feel low, then only you will go and buy the products. Right? Why will you drink Coca-Cola or Pepsi when you have water bottle available in more quantity and lesser price, and which is not bad for your health? Right? The value system today is deteriorating. Right? Value system has gone down. Trust level has gone down. We could trust people more some 50 years before, 100 years before. Comparatively very difficult for us to trust people today. Relationships have broken down. I have gone to villages and even today in villages people live together. So farmers, because farming is the main occupation, especially in the villages. So farmers will go together every day in the morning, 7 o'clock. Everybody will start walking together towards their farm, right? And then as their farms they reach their farms, they will separate, and in the evening they all will come back together. They will sit together under a tree in the evening and they will talk and they will discuss with each other. So that connection is there. Some function in the family, everybody will go there. Some tragedy in a family, everybody will go there, and they will do their best to support each other. So a family will never feel left out alone, right? But today we live in nuclear families. We don't even have good relationships, or we have not tried to even establish relationship with our neighbors, especially when we are living in cities. So all this has increased negativity in us manifolds. So the negativity in humans are at the peak today. Now what NLP can do? So what is NLP? So NLP and hypnosis are the techniques by means of which we can bypass our conscious mind, connect with the unconscious, and based on what we require, what we want to achieve, we can use different NLP techniques. So hypnosis is a way by means of which I can bypass the conscious mind, connect with the unconscious at a deeper level, and then use different NLP techniques based on the uh, objective of the sessions. So now, what does we do in NLP? We can change our perceptions, right? We can change our beliefs. We can improve our self-awareness. We can increase positivity, positive thoughts. We can reduce stress. We can reduce weight, improve our health, go for exercise, gym, yoga every day. We can remove past painful memories, which could be probably the cause of shame, regret, and other negative emotions. We can deal with sleep disorders. There have been plenty of people, I will say that almost half of them who came to me had some sleep disorders. And we can deal with these sleep disorders very easily with NLP. Psychosomatic diseases, people have pain in their body, they go to the doctor. Doctor says everything is fine, not able to diagnose, but the pain is there. can be a psychosomatic disease and which can be taken care of with NLP. Fears, right? So humans are born with only two natural fears: fear of falling and fear of loud noises. Rest all the fears are acquired. So those fears can be taken care of. Public speaking, which we were talking about. So what research says is that number one fear is fear of death. Number two fear is public speaking. Right. So that is one part is when we spoke was removing negativity. The other part is increasing positivity in us. Now, how do we increase positivity? Right. So first is finding purpose of our life. See, like I spoke about life. Very important. The precious thing which we have is life. Right. Life is the most precious thing we have. What is the purpose of our life? What will I do with my life which will make me feel happy, contented? So what is the purpose of my life? Everybody has their own unique purpose. We can find that purpose using NLP and hypnosis. Finding opportunities. How many of us feel that there is a lack of opportunity in the modern world? If you feel there is a lack of opportunity, you type yes. Or if you feel there are a lot of opportunities, please type no. Or you can unmute also and tell me. So a yes means yes, there is a lack of opportunity. So I got one yes from Sudhi. Everybody can read it. That's it. Only one response.
I think there's a lot of opportunities in the modern world, but at the same time, the competition level also has gone high.
Right. So you are right there. So uh, Jennifer says no. Yeah, thank you very much.
Sir, I think we just have to explore the opportunities, find
Yeah,
out the right.
right. So opportunities, there is no lack of opportunities. Opportunities are there everywhere. Opportunities are there even right now. So competition is afterwards, right? So after you identify the opportunity, then comes the competition. So first is seeing the opportunity. Most of the time, we are sitting on opportunities, but we are not able to see those opportunities. So opportunities are there everywhere. We are not able to see them, identify them. So with the help of hypnosis and NLP, you can find opportunities. Be more creative. Find solutions to the problems. So we all are facing some issues or challenges. So it's a part of life, our life. We all go through that phase, and we all face challenges every day. Everybody gets up. Will have some challenge or the other to deal with, and that's what make our life exciting. As human beings, love challenges, right? So finding solutions to the problems or challenges which we are facing. So like opportunities, we can also find solutions to the problems in a creative way. We will see more about this tomorrow when we meet tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Communicating with self, others, and the environment or the nature is something we can align with the help of NLP and hypnosis. Achieve success in whatever we want to do. So how do we find opportunities here? So there are techniques in NLP with the help of which we can find the opportunities to the challenges we are facing, solutions to the challenges we are facing, and opportunities also we can find with the help of NLP. Now, how there are NLP techniques, right? So you will have to come and experience those NLP techniques. So if you feel you lack opportunities, you take a session with me. I will help you identify those opportunities. Right. So wealth, create wealth, be famous, improve our relationship, and have a overall happy life with the help of hypnosis and everything. So what I have now, I will just give you in next 5 to 10 minutes some 2 3 programs we have, and then we will go into the we will experience the power of energy. Okay. So one program which we have is a transformation program. Tentatively, it is on 12th of April. Probably a week we may postpone it. So this is on 12th of April, 5 Tuesdays. What we are going to do? We are going to meet only for 1 hour between 9 and 10 p.m. Uh, this Tuesdays, 5 Tuesdays. And in this, we are going to go through a process where I will use different techniques with you on Zoom. This will be group techniques, right? So these group techniques we will go through together so that the issues or challenges which you are facing can be taken care of. Apart from this, we will also do one-to-one sessions, two one-to-one sessions also. So there will be some techniques which I am going to use one-to-one. For that, we will decide a time at a convenient time, both of us, and we can do it on Zoom. So how this program will start? As soon as you enroll for this program, we announce the date. We will fix up a time. We will have a discussion and we will understand what do you actually want to achieve. So what kind of negativity are you facing that you want to remove? What kind of future you want to create for yourself? Okay, and what kind of positive emotions you think you should build in. So all these things we will discuss, and based on that, when you join the program, we will define a goal for yourself. Everybody will have their own unique goals, and then we will go through those techniques step by step. Every Tuesday, 1 hour we meet. We go through different techniques within an hour, and we will get closer to that objective. Increase positivity, remove negativity, create the future at the subconscious level by giving suggestions and helping you to find opportunities or solutions to the challenges which you are facing. All this entire thing will be covered in these 5 sessions plus two one-to-one sessions. Right. So this is what we are going to do. Right now, if you by one-to-one sessions, it may go up to 18,000 rupees also. But what I am doing it as a special benefit so that our members can avail. I'm going to charge them only 2,700 rupees and they can pay it in 3 parts. So 900, 900, 900. This is how they can pay. Do these 1 hour group techniques and two one-to-one techniques. Right. And at the end of the entire session, if you have attended the power of subconscious mind session, the one which you are doing right now, if you do this session, because you will have some understanding about what is conscious mind, unconscious mind, we will give you a certificate of participation. Okay, so you will get a certification of participation. While we have a discussion, I will also give you some tips on what you can do, right, to improve your life. So apart from NLP, I will also give you some tips which will help you kind of build these things in your life on the regular basis. We will also learn mindful meditation, very easy, 3-4 minutes mindful meditation which you can do every day and increase your self-awareness, remove negativity on your own, become more self-aware about yourself and the changes which are happening around you. Right. So this is
Is
what we do.
this certification can be used as a coach?
No.
For this, do we need to have some different certification or program?
So this is only a transformation workshop where you go through the process. So you are
Okay.
not going to learn these techniques, because only by 1 hour
Mm-hmm.
experiencing these techniques you cannot learn. Right. So you only go through the process. This is for participants who want to go through the process, who are not interested in learning and using it for self and others. Right.
Okay.
For people who want to become an NLP practitioner and life coach, for them I have a separate program. This is for participants who want to bring about changes in their life and they are not interested in learning NLP or
Mm-hmm.
coaching. Right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's the difference. So thank you very much for
Sure. Thanks.
bringing that up. Right. For life coach program, I have a 4-hour session tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Participants who have joined this session now, you can use the same link and join tomorrow's session as well. Though we will share the new link with the participants who have registered for tomorrow's session. Even if you are not registered but you want to come at 1:30, you can do so using the same link. Okay. So this is a 4-hour session where we will learn the life coach model. So this is a program where we are going to learn the life coach model for free, right? However, if you want a certificate for this, right, then you have to join our NLP practitioners course, which is starting from 17th April. So that is next Sunday. If you join for the course starting from 17th April, this is 5 Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You get NLP practitioner certificate plus NLP life coach certificate. NLP life coach certificate for those 4 hours you learned the NLP model. Now, why not certificate for that 4 hour? When you attend tomorrow, you will know, because you will learn the life coach model. However, to use different NLP techniques to make that life coach model work, you have to learn those NLP techniques. Okay, so we have this NLP practitioners course starting from 17th April, 5 Sundays, 17th, 24th, 1, 8th, and 15th May, 11 to 5. Right. What we are going to do, this entire course is online. We are going to learn at least 25 NLP techniques during this entire 5 days and 20 different topics which are related to NLP and hypnosis. Okay. This is a step-by-step learning. What we are going to do is 11 to 1, around 11 to 1, 2 hours we are going to learn the theory which is related to NLP and hypnosis, which tells us how the NLP and hypnosis works. So the theory behind that very important for us to understand consciously. And then we break for lunch around 30 to 45 minutes. Then I will demonstrate couple of techniques on one of the willing participants. Then rest of the participants will practice with each other. So it is learning and practicing at the same time. Right. We will learn how to work at deeper subconscious level. Now, how to work at deeper subconscious level, we will experience it like right now what I am talking about. So we will be able to take the person at deeper relaxation state, so that whatever suggestions we are giving, his unconscious mind will accept it easily. Right. We will also learn how to make these techniques work on everyone. I have done it on more than 500 people, and the success rate is 100%. There is not even a single person who can come and tell me that I have done the session with Sanjay and it has not done any amount of good to me. Some benefit the person will start feeling immediately. Within seconds, the client will start feeling the impact of what you have done with him. And as the time passes and he uses that confidence or that positivity which you have built in the subject, he will see it working. He will see it working. For example, somebody says that I'm not able to talk in front of my seniors when we have a meeting. So you do the technique. He will immediately start feeling good about it. And when the stage comes where he actually has to speak in front of his seniors, and when he does that, he will realize how your technique has helped you. Right. You will learn how to work it on self, others, and also in groups. So if there is a group of 10 people and then you have to use the technique, how to do that also I will tell you. Online, I will tell you, uh, online and offline, there is no difference. What you learn on Zoom, same thing you will learn in the classroom. So there is no compromise on the quality of learning. In fact, because I have started using these techniques online, in fact I was one of the few. I cannot say that I was the first one because I don't know everyone, but yes, I was one of the few who started doing these techniques online. Okay, so what you are saying is there is a corporate meeting which is happening. There are seniors who are giving a presentation, or you have to give your presentation, or you have to share your opinion. So उसमें elders कहाँ आ गए, seniors कहाँ आ गए? So does it mean that if a senior is saying something which you feel is not right, or it can be different, so you does that mean that just because he is senior you should not speak? In fact, the corporate world is now changing. It's like you can go and tell the CEO also probably what the changes needs to be made, right, in the organization to make it more successful. Now the making an organization successful is not just the job of a CEO. It is the job of everyone, right? The person who is working at the bottom, at the ground level, has more information of real time what is happening in the market than the CEO who is sitting at the top. So in fact, it becomes more important than in the during such meetings. You have to speak with respect, of course, but you have to talk your point. You have to tell your point. Okay, we will learn the communication model. So you spoke when I spoke about sweets, everybody was able to visualize sweets, experience it. How does it happen? How does this communication work? We will learn that. Manifestation technique, which we, how to create a future at unconscious level, that we will learn. Deeper effortless meditation. So the meditation technique which I have designed using NLP and hypnosis, you will learn that also. So you can use these techniques and start your own meditation classes, do whatever you want. Group techniques, regular practice sessions. So after your certification is over, it is not that you're left now and you're at your own. We will organize regular practice sessions. You can join those practice sessions and refresh the techniques. I will be there to guide you. And if you have any queries, you have any questions, you tried it on the client, and you feel this is what you need to share, discuss, talk, you are free to do so with me. Based on take a time which is comfortable to you and me, and we can always discuss and connect. And also, you will be there in practice sessions to take this further. The most important part of our course is that we will learn wider applications of NLP. Right. You will. There are many NLP practitioners, and with due respect, they are excellent when it comes to NLP techniques. But I have come across many NLP practitioners who have this. They have learnt NLP. If you ask them when they used this NLP technique last, they don't know. They don't remember. NLP is not about certification. NLP is about using these techniques in your day-to-day life. It is about using the techniques on yourself, on your clients, when you are doing the training programs on your participants, when you are doing coaching on your coachee, when you are doing counseling sessions on your subject or your patients. When people come to you for yoga, for dietitians should learn it, so that people who find it difficult to follow the diet plan which has been given to them, this will work wonders. People want to join yoga classes, they may even go 1 or 2 days, but somehow that motivation is not there, so they are not able to come regularly. You can, with the help of NLP, you can increase uh, your students attendance, so they come more frequently to your classes. So you will learn wider applications of NLP. So you will learn the techniques and you will know how to use these techniques where. So in a training program, how to use it, in a counseling session, in a coaching session, in anything you talk about how to use these techniques. Right. You can conduct your own NLP courses. You can do your own law of attraction courses, because when we talk of law of attraction, subconscious mind, they all are more or less interconnected. Right. So it will be useful for managers, leaders, trainers, facilitators, corporate employees. HR and L&D should learn this. Motivational speakers, sports persons should learn NLP techniques, or sports coaches should learn NLP techniques. Very important for them. It is being used at the international level. Sales and marketing professional like LIC agents can use this NLP. Communication and influencing wherever it is required. Counselors, therapists, relationship coaches, entrepreneurs, self-employed should use this. for psychosomatic diseases, for healers, emotional wellness practitioners to deal with stress, yoga practitioners, and then dietitians should learn this, right? And then teachers and students should learn this. So uniqueness of this program which you do with us is hypnosis. You learn hypnosis, that is how to work at deeper subconscious level so that it becomes effective on everyone. Second thing is that practice sessions and lot of practice during the learning as well, during the program as well, and practice sessions after the certification is over. Correct. Okay. So you get handouts for the theory, recordings of the techniques which I will demonstrate during the program. So willing participants, we will record it. If he agrees, we will put it on YouTube, or otherwise we will share it with each other. Okay. Okay. So the investment part is we are giving 40% discount now. Uh, uh, Tomorrow, by tomorrow, you can attend the NLP Life Coach program, understand the NLP model. You already understood subconscious mind, how it works, and you can decide. You can take 40% discount, and also we will give it inclusive of taxes. So net payable will be 17,100. That you can pay in three parts, 5,700 each. You can pay now. 5,700 you can pay by end of April, and by 5,700 you can pay by mid-May. Right. You get NLP life coach and NLP practitioners. So these are the topics we are going to cover. These are the techniques which we are going to cover. Right. So if you want me to share these techniques, you can do so. You can watch our video on YouTube, right? And then we have this leadership program we spoke about. If you uh, if you or your organization wants a leadership program, you let me know. We will customize it and deliver it for you. I will also deliver it in an open platform, but I will come back to you with dates and timings for that. If you have any questions, you are free to ask, or we will get into the final part of our session. That is, we will experience the group technique where we will remove negativity, we will increase positivity, and also create a future. I will do it all together, and it may take around 15 to 20 minutes. So, if you have free 15 to 20 minutes, you can continue with the session. I will need your videos to be on. So, I will request you all to keep your videos on so that this technique becomes very effective for you. So, I have stopped the share screen. So if you are able to keep your videos on, it will be great, because if I am able to see you, I will be able to give you suggestions and it will impact better. So there is somebody C3CQUH. If you could tell me your name, it will be great. So Devi, thank you very much for
Hi, Amit Singh here.
Amit Singh.
Am I visible?
No, you are not visible.
Yeah, actually, I put my video on, but I'm not able to.
No problems.
I
So
don't
then
know.
you can do it without a video also. No
Yeah,
problems.
yeah. I put my video on, but I don't know what's showing on my
No
screen.
problems. No problems. So I have Nirmala, her video is on, but I am not able to see her clearly, too dark there. So Deep, thank you very much for keeping your video on, and Muna, thank you very much. Yeah, now it's better. Thank you. Okay. So very quickly we will do this activity. Before I take you through the process, think about the kind of future you always wanted for yourself. So you can close your eyes, and in next 30-40 seconds, without thinking about limitations, how you are going to create a future, just think about the kind of life you always wanted to live. You can think about this life 1 year down the line, 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line. The timeline you decide. Okay. So, okay, now you can open your eyes. So, you have already thought about the kind of future you always wanted for yourself. Okay. So you have constructed the kind of life you always wanted to live. Now you can close your eyes. You can be comfortably seated. The way you feel comfortable, you can sit. No specific position is required. You can even lie down on the bed, also no problems. But wherever you are, sit comfortably. Keep your camera steady, and then do not touch your camera again. You can close your eyes and slowly and steadily bring your focus on your breath. So you can close your eyes and slowly and steadily bring your focus on your breath. And as you bring your focus on your breath, you can take three deep breaths. One, two, three. As you take three deep breaths, you will notice your breath moving in rhythmic motion. In, out, in, out. You will notice your lungs expanding, breath going in, lungs contracting, breath going out. When you bring your attention around your nostrils, you can even feel the warmth of your air around your nostrils. As you bring your focus on your breath and notice the breath around your nostrils, you can slowly and steadily bring your attention on your hands and notice heightened sensation around your fingers. As you move your attention on your feet, sooner or later you would notice heightened sensation around your feet. In fact, you will experience heightened sensation around your whole body. Heightened sensation around your whole body. Even smallest of sound you are able to hear easily. As you bring your attention on your shoulders, you will notice your shoulders are becoming heavy. Your shoulders are becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. Sooner or later, you would start feeling heaviness in your shoulders. Your shoulders are becoming heavier. Sooner or later, heaviness will be so much that you will be able to experience it easily. You bring your attention on your elbows and your fingers, and sooner or later, you will notice, along with your shoulders, your elbows and fingers are becoming heavier. Your shoulders are becoming heavier. As you experience your elbows becoming heavy, fingers become heavy, you can slowly and steadily bring your attention on your throat and notice dryness in your throat. When you notice dryness in your throat, you can gulp and make it wet. You can experience dryness in your throat. You can gulp and make it wet. When you have gulped and made your throat wet, you can bring your attention on your eyes and notice sooner or later your eyes are becoming heavier. Heaviness in your eyes is increasing sooner or later. Your eyes will become so heavy that you will find it difficult to open. Your eyes will become so heavy that you will find it difficult to open. Now I'm going to count from 5 to 1 in reverse order. As I start counting from 5 to 1 in reverse order, you will go in the deeper state of relaxation. Ready? 5. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 4. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 3. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 2. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. 1. You can imagine that you are standing in a corridor. You can open the door and go inside a room. You will notice in this room there are lights of different colors falling on your body. These lights represent different positive emotions. As the lights fall on your body, each and every atom, each and every molecule, each and every cell of your body is hungrily absorbing those positive energies, increasing positivity in you manifolds. Positivity is surging, increasing in you manifolds. There are people sitting in the room and there are vacant chairs. You can take one of these chairs and sit in this chair and continue to absorb these positive energies. You see me in front of you, giving you all the positive energies, and you are absorbing these positive energies from me, and the positive energies in the light in the room are falling on your body, increasing this positivity in you manifolds. My voice and my energy is giving you positive energy, which your body is absorbing easily, and you experience positivity increasing in you manifolds. The divine power, the Almighty God, whom you believe in, is blessing you from the sky. These blessings falling on you, further increasing positivity. All the negative emotions are flowing out of your body into the ground, like current flows out, excess of current flows out from the earthing. All the negative energies are washing away from your body. Positive energy is increasing manifold. Blessings falling on you. You are feeling blessed and full of energy. Divine blessings falling on you. You see a TV screen in front of you and a remote in your hand. You can create the pictures you want to see on this TV screen using the remote. You start creating the future you always wanted on this TV screen. You are creating a life you always wanted. See yourself living the life you always wanted to live. See the kind of car, the kind of house, the kind of bank balance you always wanted, you are having. See the kind of relationships you always wanted and you are having. See the kind of job or business you always wanted. See it happening with you. Your friends, your colleagues congratulating you for your success. your loved ones appreciating you, admiring you for your achievements. See people congratulating you on your success. See your own facial expressions, smiling, your body language, your shoulders, your walk of a successful man or a woman, a successful person. See the confidence radiating from you. See the bank balance, the car, the house, the wealth you always wanted, and you are having it. See the relationships you always wanted, and see them happening. See the admiration and applause of the people around you. See the job or the business you always wanted, the success happening in you, with you. The divine blessings which are falling on your future is increasing the intensity of your future. You are feeling blessed. Your future is becoming brighter, bolder, more beautiful, more colorful. Create these images of your future and give them a beautiful golden frame, golden frame, and hang them in a prominent, beautiful part of your unconscious mind where you can see them in the morning as soon as you get up and see them in the night before you go to sleep. See these images brighter, bolder, and beautiful. Request your unconscious to help you find opportunities so that you can create a life you always wanted. Request your unconscious. I am also requesting you. I am also requesting your unconscious. You also request your unconscious to help you find opportunities and also deal with the challenges and issues which you are facing. Request your unconscious who has all the powers and the information to help you create this life you always wanted. When you breathe deeply, you will know that your unconscious has accepted my suggestion. I will wait for 30 seconds for your unconscious to confirm and you continue to absorb these positive energies and light. Once done, you can come out of this room. Now I am going to count from 1 to 5 and you can you will slowly and steadily come from relaxation state to normal state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now again I am going to count from 1 to 5 and after I finish counting you are going to slowly open your eyes. 1. All bodies and personalities integrate with your physical body totally and completely right now. 2. Integrate. 3. Integrate. 4. 5. Integrate. Integrate. Now you can slowly open your eyes. You can slowly open your eyes and you can tell me You can unmute or you can use the chat box, though I would prefer to hear your voice, how you felt during the process, if you were able to do it. And if you have any questions, you are free to ask. You can have some water if it is around you. If you have any questions, you are free to ask. So this is the topics and the techniques which we are going to cover. I hope you can see this, Ashwin. You wanted it. So some of the techniques are there on my channel. You should watch N-step reframing and levels of transformations. Very beautiful techniques. You can also watch my video on communication model, which I have done uh, on many platforms as well. So Nirmala says thanks. Many things happens in subconscious mind, but practically things don't work out. I really didn't understand what you are trying to say. Not sure if I am sleepy, but I was drawn somewhere. It was not that easy to integrate. So, what happens is you are doing this with me for the first time, probably. Uh, so there is a lot of resistance for some of the subject at the conscious level. Right. However, when you repeat the sessions, it becomes easier. Doesn't mean that what you did just now will not have an impact. It will definitely have an impact. But when you do it second time, it will be much easier. Felt left side of the body almost useless, paralyzed. So how are you now? I hope everything is normal. So Nirmala says thanks. Yeah. See, it is not actually paralyzed. It is what happens is you experience deeper state of relaxation. So probably there is a possibility that in the left side of your body you experience more tension than the right side. And now suddenly what has happened is you have experienced deeper state of relaxation there. And this is what I did it with you in 50 minutes. When we do a proper session, it takes minimum 45 minutes to an hour. Right? It's more than 45 minutes and an hour. So I take you very deep in the state of relaxation and then give you suggestions. The more I spend time in relaxing you, taking you in deeper state of relaxation, easier it becomes for your unconscious to accept the suggestions when I give at the later stage. So when you join tomorrow's session and then when you do this NLP practitioners course with me, right, or you join, you do one-to-one sessions with me, you can experience a deeper, much deeper state of relaxation which you experience now. Yeah, why it becomes hard for you? See, when you are saying that you are practically trying to become positive, it means you are using your conscious mind, right? However, if there is too much of negativity stored in your unconscious, However hard you try at conscious level, you are not going to succeed, because as soon as your conscious mind goes into subconscious for any information, it happens to see more negativity than you think, right? So it is important to reduce negativity at unconscious level. So what we did just now is basically reducing negativity at unconscious level, so that you consciously feel positive. I don't know, Mumtaz, whether you were able to do this process with me. If you have done the process with me, you will definitely feel positive. Can't help if you miss the beginning, because beginning is where I take you in the deeper state of relaxation. So if you have any questions, you are free to ask. I will wait for 30 seconds. I will switch off this slideshow. Do join our groups so that you get regular updates. Join our free short meditation sessions to detox your mind, feel positive at the regular level. To join our transformation workshop, it doesn't cost much, but it can bring phenomenal change in your life. Stop being too logical and too intelligent. Too much intelligence never works. And also, if you are a trainer, if you are a coach, counselor, you should learn this NLP techniques. It's a great opportunity to become an NLP practitioner where you learn these techniques practically. So we all know the program has ended. So we know that uh, our mind is capable of thinking 4 times more negative. So whatever happens in our life, lot of negative emotions are attached to which get stored in our unconscious mind. These negative emotions will rule you. Why do we have fear of public speaking? Why we have low self-confidence? Why do we overthink? Why do we always think negative? So these are all negative emotions, and these are stored at unconscious level, because emotions are stored at unconscious level. Emotions are not stored at conscious level. Right? So if you have to reduce negativity in your life, you have to remove negativity at the unconscious level. For that, it's necessary that you bypass your conscious mind. It's like a door, right, to unconscious. So you have to bypass your conscious mind and connect with the unconscious, reduce negativity, so that you feel more positive, increase positivity, create a life you always wanted to live at unconscious level, so that whatever you think, whatever you dream, it becomes a reality for you in the coming days, months, years. Okay, so I assume there are no more questions. So thank you very much for being the part of this session, especially on a Saturday evening. I would uh, really want to see you tomorrow also at 1:30 p.m. So don't miss one of the best sessions. You will understand more about coaching, counseling, and how this NLP coach model combines it together for you. See, when you eat food, you find time to eat food, right? And you find time also to relieve yourself, remove digested after digestion remove waste from your body, right? You cannot say you don't have time to eat food also and get rid of waste after you have eaten the food and absorbed the nutrients. So if you don't find time, then you live with negativity. And if you want to make your life happy, healthy, and if you want to create a life for yourself, you're not asked how much am I asking you? 1 hour in a week between 9 to 10 p.m. and only 2,700 rupees. If you want to learn these techniques, you have to spend only 17,000 rupees, 5 Sundays, practice sessions after that. You learn these techniques to use it in your training, coaching, counseling. Imagine you're doing a training program, and at the end of the training program, you're using the NLP technique. It will increase the impact of your training program many folds. The impact will be phenomenal. People know these NLP techniques, but they don't know how to use it in group or where to use which technique. So you are doing a time management program. After doing the time management program, which technique should I use? Even though I am an NLP practitioner, I will not be able to know कौन सा टेक्निक यूज करना है. मोटिवेशन का प्रोग्राम करने के बाद क्या करना है, एटीट्यूड के बाद क्या करना है, पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट के बाद क्या करना है. So we will all learn how to use these techniques, customize these techniques. So the customization part is important. So based on the kind of training you are doing, counseling you are doing, coaching you are doing, you will be able to pick up a technique. That is what we are going to learn in the NLP coach model also, and customize this technique. So how to customize these techniques? We will learn the techniques in NLP practitioners course, and we will learn how to customize it. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful uh, night of whatever is left. Good night. Take care. See you tomorrow in the afternoon. Have a wonderful life ahead. Stay connected. Uh, Join our groups. If you really like the program and you want to write a recommendation for me, please go and do so on my LinkedIn profile. Thank you. Bye. Take care. This is Sanjay Godi signing off. See you tomorrow. And also you can invite your friends, colleagues, your family members to